Houston, make some noise. Space City Classic, give it up. Let's go.
These guys, they're leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm from Houston. So every time you see me, you want some, come bring it. All of y'all, your whole crew.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Let's clear the floor. Let's clear the floor. Let's clear the floor.
Respect. It was nothing vile or anything. It's just, growing up, we were told, call the judges out, call whoever out if you disagree with that. But the thing is, that was the way we gained respect back then, right? Was that a way to get respect back then, right? So how am I going to take that note and then apply it on the dance floor and then it's disrespectful?
You know what? Check this out. This is a great opportunity to educate you guys. But come to Break Free tomorrow. It's an educational day at Break Free. Because tonight, we got a competition to run. All right? So let's do this.
Peace, world. My name is Jeremy.
What's up, y'all? My name's Moy. We're back again, man. This conversation has been crazy lately. And obviously, we've been hearing so many different sides of what happened this weekend at Space City Classic with the call-out battle with RAD and the judges. But you know what? It is what it is. It is part of our culture. I guess the biggest questions are, is it right? Is it wrong? Is there the right time and place? And of course, different people have their own stories and their own narratives of it. But most importantly, we had an open discussion yesterday, which was very open. Much open to anybody in the community, and
Little John actually missed out. So we made a promise to him that we'd open up the platform for him to be able to speak, since he definitely wants to voice his thoughts and bring some clarity to the situation. Obviously, it's always best to hear it from people that were there firsthand. We heard from Jeff, we heard from El Nino. I saw Fleet Rock. Shout out to Fleet Rock, who posted a video with his thoughts, and obviously there's so many people going live about it, and I think it's cool. It's a sense of entertainment, but at the same time, there could be certain things that could be taken very personal, and that's not what this is about. And so to bring clarity to this situation is important. So
to preface it,
before
we bring on John, I want to say that this will be the last open discussion we have on it. We feel like we've given the platform to both sides. As far as YouTube and us doing this will be the last time in our social media. And as far as Break Free's platform, we'll be dedicating it to the winners, Kate and Zeku, and the battle coverage, and our BreakX Grand Jam coming up this weekend. So before we bring on, I just want to let everybody know that this will be the last open discussion on it from our end. But let's bring up our brother, Lil John, now. John, what's up,
What
bro?
up?
What's good?
Chillin'.
Yeah, good to see you.
Doing great, man.
Yeah, first, I guess on behalf of Moy and I and all Break Free, thank you for your involvement over the weekend. You already know how gracious we are of you as a brother, but also, a colleague in work in this culture, and you coming in and being involved in Space City.
And I do want to say that too. Like, I know that a lot of times, whether it's on your side, Flea's side, the judge's side, or RAD side, it can always look a certain way. And I know that one of your biggest goals with coming on today was to bring some clarity, using your words as you posted to this entire situation. So glad you're here and glad you're able to share your thoughts with us, bro. And once again, like Jeremy said, thank you for contributing this weekend on and off the floor.
No, for sure, man. Well, I think for me, first off, I just want to say, I appreciate what you guys are doing. I don't think I need to say it enough. I've been there from the beginning, and I'm happy to see what it is. But definitely on the situation, what's going on, it's one of those things where, for me, it's. I don't think we're ever going to arrive to an arrival of where we can say that, okay, this is the truth. This is the ultimate truth. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so with saying that, I just want to say first that there's always going to be the right and wrong, right? Especially when there's not a specific line that has been drawn. Whether it be you agree, whether it be you disagree, opinions and excuses, they're always, in some ways, they're always going to be ambiguous, right? They're just going to be ambiguous sometimes, especially in a culture where there's a lot of unspoken rules, obviously, and sometimes these unspoken rules, they're not really defined, right? And so I totally get that. I totally understand that. First of all, I just want to congratulate Break Free on what you're doing, where you're going. Obviously, For me, you guys are the perfect example of how to adapt. And I think what's most important is that, when you adapt, you can't stay the same. You can't be the same.
Yeah.
You can't feel the same. You can't see things the same because you are adapting. And I think that, we've all used that word, that terminology, adapt or die, adapt or get left behind. But I think that for some people, I don't think they necessarily understand what that term means. And what it means is that you adapt means you're changing. You're constantly changing. And, I'm a result of that. Everybody is a result of that. For me, this is a bit weird because I'm not used to having discussions like this online. For me, stuff gets handled in person. Stuff gets handled face to face. Or you find me somewhere where I'm going to be, or I'm going to find you where I know where you're going to be, or whatnot, or you send me a DM. So, I think first off, as far as the call out, if anybody wants to, again, I'm not even saying it so you can follow me, but you can go to my IG and you can look at the video I posted. I was very specific on what I said. One of the first things I talked about, the judging. The judging. I'm firm. Stand strong in the judging. Can mistakes be made at times? Yes. I think we all of us as judges, we can vouch for that. That's an absolute statement. Now, can I say there was a judgment call? There was a mistake that was made on my end for this event? Absolutely no. Following that night, after everything happened, I actually lived like less than 4 minutes away from where the event was, took place. I live in Independent Heights. That's where I live. And first thing I did when I got home, I didn't say hi to my wife. I didn't even say hi to my daughters. I went straight to my office and I reviewed the footage. As a matter of fact, I haven't even cashed the check yet. Because I want this to be done. Feel me?
You better hurry up and cash it, bro.
I know, right? But no, for me, it's more of the principle, right? Like, I'm about principles, which is another reason why I'm here speaking. And I reviewed the footage, and I stand firm on my decision. With El Nino and Jeffro. To be honest, on my side, I feel as though, in terms of the personal things that have gone on, that could have already been resolved. As far as the outside noise, or as Flea Rock perfectly said it, the tourist, like, that's always going to be. And as competitors, as hip hop heads, whatever you want to call ourselves, right? Water buffaloes, whatever we want to call ourselves, there's always going to be tourists, right? There's always going to be the crowd that's not a part of the culture, right? And that's what we're trying to educate, right? And that's okay. But I feel as though the inner circle, the inner court of what's going on, I think a lot of that could have been addressed. And a lot of what I'm going to be saying today, what I'm saying right now, was actually said on Sunday. So on Sunday, Moy and Jeremy, you held a discussion at Break Free at your main center location. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
Right. So you made a discussion. Now, from what I'm aware, you invited or requested for Jeffro to come. Now, he didn't come, right? So I'm not going to, I also, I'm just going to mention this one time, Jeffro didn't come. Now, for whatever reason that was, that he didn't make it, all I know is that Moy, who's one of my closest brothers, mentioned it. He requested it. He didn't come. Now, if there was ever going to be a time to address personal issues, that would have been the place, right? Because I would have been cool. Like, we could have gone outside and talked about it, right? He could have hit me on a DM that same night. And I'm gonna tell you how it wasn't like personal. I'm talking about real life. It wasn't personal. When he did the call out, that happened, right? I came up to you, to Boy and Jeremy, and I said, I'm gonna catch him after this is done. That's exactly what I told you guys. I'm gonna catch up to him, right? I did my job. My job was over. As soon as it was done, I walked straight up to him and I said, let's go outside. Let's go. Let's go get it. I walked outside. He didn't come outside, right? For whatever that reason is. It's what it is. He didn't come out. Finally, I waited. Came back in. I requested him to come out again. I asked him, come outside, let's get it. And of course, he gave me his reasons why he didn't want to come, which I don't think I need to go into. Right? But
if I could chime in here, if I could chime in real quick, just so everybody that understands the clarity of what you're saying.
Not to battle, not to fight. so that's what John means. So it has nothing to do with.
Correct.
Yeah.
So when I went in there, when I went back in, he said to me, "Well, what are your real intentions of trying to get me outside?" So at that point, I realized, oh, okay, he thinks it's. And again, I don't want to speak for him. I don't know. This is what he said to me. What are your real intentions? So at that point, I said, oh, he probably thinks I want to fight him. So I said, first thing I said is like, no, man, I'm not trying to fight you. I'm just trying to get some rounds in. You wanted some rounds, you know?
Yeah.
Now let's go get him. After that, he followed me outside, right? I walked over to the parking lot, put my stuff down. I said, let's get it. I started the round. We won a few rounds. You know, I didn't say nothing to him. He didn't say none to me. All of a sudden I hear somebody say, oh shit, they're rallying. You know, and then people came, right? And then, right. You know, after, I even posted a small clip, right? Even at that point in time, I have shown respect. I didn't show the entire thing. Because I have the entire thing. I only showed the small clip.
That.
Where
wait, you have that? You have that footage for the outside battle?
I'm trying to see that.
Yeah.
Oh man, come on, you holding out, bro.
So that's besides the point. But I showed a small clip to show that, like, this is how I do it. Yeah. Right? Like, I'm not saying that it's better, right? All I'm saying, this is how I do it, right? Because I know people have spoken on me.
But the true intent, and these are the guys that were.
Can you guys see me? Because I don't want to be talking if.
There you go. I think
if you guys can't see me.
We lost you for a while, John. We lost you for a while.
We lost you, John. So now you're back. Yeah.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
John, can you hear us?
Can you guys see me, man?
Yeah, we see you.
Yeah, we see you.
Let's
yes,
see.
We see you.
I don't know what happened.
We're getting our boy John back on. John, can you hear us?
Okay, I can hear.
Yeah,
I can hear you now.
Yeah, we lost you. We brought you back, so you're good.
You left off.
Where did you lose me at?
You were talking about this is the way that you handle it. It's not about right or wrong.
Okay. Right. So after it was all said and done, right? I dabbed him. I looked at Canaris. I looked at the other guy. I said, y'all can get it too, whatever. Walked in, right? I walked back inside. You know, I did mine, right? I did mine. And I meant what I said. We was gonna follow up. That's all I expected, right? And then I started talking to a few people, and then I remember looking over, and I looked at Canaris and the other guy, and Panda was in the middle, and I said, you know what? I don't want these guys thinking like it's really personal, like they really think it's that deep. And I went up to those guys, bro. I went up to those guys and I said, hey man, I'm just letting you guys know, like, this is not personal. Like, this is not something I'm gonna go home and I'm not gonna lose sleep over. Like, hey, this is just on some breaking stuff, man. Like, when I see you, we're gonna get it. When I see you, we're gonna get it. And it was like, cool, right? And I walked off, right? I wake up, I'm barely going to bed, and it's like popping off, right? It's popping off, it's going crazy. Yeah. And, you know, I expected that to come from the outsiders, right? I didn't expect it to come from the people that I was trying to handle up with, right? And not only that, you know, I've also, like Flea, I've held back on a lot of the content that has been sent to me because I feel it's disrespectful. Now, I have shared my thoughts. That's my thoughts.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, John. What's going on?
Keep going.
Oh, okay, so you guys gotta update me. Yeah. All right, my bad, John. I thought something happened to the stream. Go ahead.
So, you know, I just want to give some background to what happened, you know, that day and that night. And then I took off and I reviewed the footage, and I was okay with it. I felt good with it, right? You know, of course, the next day it's popping off, it gets going, right? And I went to the discussion. You know, I went to the discussion. I showed up, and none of them showed up. For me personally, that would have been the place to handle it. At least
it would have been all over with.
Yeah, I was over with it, right? They didn't show up, and then next thing I know, people are sharing stuff. So I said, okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna do what I always do. I'm gonna speak up my piece, my mind, and I spoke my mind, right? So that's on that side. Now, I want to bring some clarity also, and some context, some background history to also another issue. Now, although he did not want to, for whatever reason, we didn't talk in person, didn't get ahead in person, I posted a video and he came at me on IG, right? Now, I wasn't expecting for him to come at me on IG. He could have sent me a DM, right? He could have hit me up, and we could have went. I would have been down to meet him and talk to him. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, for me, it's not. It was never supposed to be like this, and actually, like, for me, it's like it's an annoyance that it has to be like this, right? It shouldn't have to be like this. So anyhow, it is what it is. In my message, I said, I've never called out any judges, right? I've never called out any judges the way they did it. I never have. So this idea, or this, this reality that he created when he was talking to me, saying that, at Hoedown, I called out the judges and, I wanted to put people on the spot. So I'm gonna break it down for you. And I want to try to use the least amount of names to break this down, because I'm not trying to dig up old dirt, okay? The specific thing that he's talking about that I'm showing hypocrisy was when we talked to the judges at B-Boy Hoedown in 2006. Now, that was it was in 2006. It was B-Boy Hoedown. It was thrown by Richie. Shout out to Richie and B-Boy Hoedown. Nothing I say right now is a diss to them. It's just what it is, right? I have to explain it. During that competition, was judged with points. It was a system that was fairly new. There was I'm not gonna say new, but it was being implemented into events, right? It was Dizzy system. We all know it, right? It was Dizzy system. It was a point system. Now, we battled Flex Flav. Much love to Flex Flav. Nothing I say has anything to do with Flex Flav. Much love to those guys, man. I'm cool with a lot of those guys, Much love to them. And from LA, from Sacramento and on Cali. So during our battle against Flex Flav, of course, we're doing what RAD would have done, right? You wall out. You're walling out. You wall out. In the battle, one of the judges keeps yelling and saying, get them back, get them back. If they don't get back, we're going to take points away. We're going to take points away. Okay? Now, I haven't seen this footage, but I know it. I remember it. So anybody wants to go back and track me, you can go back and find it on YouTube. They're saying, oh, take away points, take away points. So when some of our guys were doing rounds or in the midst of the battle, there was points being taken away. And now this is a system that's supposed to be giving points, but now they're taking points away because they're saying we're walling out in the battle, right? So for me personally, after they announced the winners, you can go back to whatever video you can find online. I don't know where it exists. I'm sure it exists. But I can tell you, because I was there, I remember. I didn't call out no judges. Now, what I did do was I demanded some answers. I wanted some clarity. And if I remember correctly that night, and I'm sure it's probably on the video, I said, I mentioned something like, take points away, take points away. Like, I was trying to bring up my reason in the midst of course, other people wilding out, and Marlon and people, were saying stuff like we were all young, right? So I get that part. From my side, and you can look for the video, I didn't call out no judges. I demanded answers. I wanted somebody to break it down for me, how that worked. That it was a scoring system, but while we were battling, you guys were taking points away from us because you felt as judges we were walling out too much, right? So now, again, another ambiguous situation. It is what it is. We lost. Okay, cool. During that situation, I never once said, I want to battle you guys. I never said that. So my man Jeffro, you need to fall back. You need to fall back on that one, because I didn't do that, bro. What I did was I demanded answers. Now, had you came to me and you demanded answers, I'd have given them to you, right? And you know what? You guys did your thing. Hey, it is what it is. It's all good. I'm gonna catch up with y'all. It's fun games. I'm not tripping, right? That game, 2006 for Hoedown, K1 was one of the judges. That was one of the reasons also why I held my peace, right? Because if anybody knows K1, like that's the homie. He's an OG, you know? And just like Free Rock said it perfect. He said, when you're with your OGs, like you take care of them, like you want to, give them their flowers, And that's and I always do that with I was with Flo this weekend, and I was getting on his nerves because I kept telling Flo, like, kept reminding him how like starstruck I was being with him. He's like, man, shut up, yeah, you tripping, right? And that's just Flo, right? So I wanted answers. Jeffro, you could have come to me. You could have came to me. I would have given you answers, right? So that 2006 situation, I wasn't calling nobody out. You don't hear me calling anybody out. I'm demanding answers. And the reason why I'm demanding answers is because, rightfully so, they were taking points away from us. So how do I, as a judge, give points and I'm taking them away from you? Right? So, and now I'm going to go into the next part as a judge. Now, please do this. Go back so you can give Break Free some nice, views on their videos, right? Shout out to Break Free worldwide. If you watch me during this weekend's jam, when the competitors come up, I don't clap for them. I didn't clap for anybody. When they're competing and going at each other, the only thing you see me doing is this. And I'm doing it for both sides, right? Because I'm trying to get in the vibe, right? Like I'm trying to get into it too as a judge. But you don't ever see my hands come up. You don't ever see me show any favoritism. Even after the battle's done, I don't clap. I don't clap before the battle. I don't clap after the battle. I clap after the decision is made. And the reason I do that is because I've been in those type of situations when judges do those type of things. And for me personally, it shows favoritism. And I don't think that judges should do that, right? So again, to bring some clarity to the hold down situation, I wasn't being hypocritical. I stand on my stance. I wasn't calling nobody out. I was demanding answers. And the reason why I was demanding answers is because I felt they were being unfair, especially given that they had a legit system that they were taking points away from us. And then we didn't even battle after that. We walked off and we left, right? And then as far as the judging's concerned on my end, like, I'm solid, man. I'm solid. And again, the only reason why I even felt compelled to even come up here and speak on myself is because, I've heard it, right? I heard Moy say it, I heard Jeremy say it, I heard people say, Jeffro is, such a nice guy. He don't use cuss words, he opens the door for you, all these type of things, right? Like, I'm not known for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. and I'm happy that people are nice. I've worked very hard to be nice. Unfortunately, I come from the streets, man. I'm not saying nice people don't come from the streets. They do, but I come from the streets. I come from the bottom. You know what I mean? I don't even got to go there, but everything good about me today, it comes from my kids. It comes from my wife.
Yeah, but if I could chime in there though, John, too, like I think people know that you are, somewhat of a hero in the scene, and people look up to you for your leadership, and you are a nice guy, but you also can't hide your feelings when you want to be felt. You know what I mean? And I think that's the trueness and the rawness of yourself, and that's, I guess, without that, you wouldn't be Little John. That's how the people of today's world know Little John. But I do want to add some clarity to you to there, because I do think that you're an honest guy, and I do think that you're a nice guy, and I think that people always get this certain side of you, and then that's the only way that they know you. But that's because it's at a breaking level, right? I spoke about that, yesterday, on how, like, for me, I break the best when I'm pissed off, when I'm upset. I break the best that way. And it's the same for you. Obviously, we all come from different backgrounds and we all express differently. But I don't mean to cut you off, but I say that there because, I don't want you to even throw yourself under the bus to say, hey, I'm not a nice guy, because I think people that know you know that you are a nice guy. You know.
No, for sure.
But
For sure.
when you do speak your heart, you're gonna speak your heart, and you might hit a couple triggers, because that's who you are.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure. And I appreciate that. And my point was is that that's the one thing that compelled me to come and speak. Because other than that, I'm not gonna speak. Like I'm gonna take care of what I need to take care of. How I said I was gonna do it. That's how I'm gonna do it. But again, you keep hearing, oh, you're not such a nice guy. So here we have a nice guy who's saying I'm being hypocritical, right?
Yeah.
So this nice guy is honest. Like I'm trying to see it. You know what I mean? So again, I hope that I at least brought some type of clarity to hold down 2006. I didn't call out no judge, man. I was demanding answers. And you know what? Even on my video that I posted on my personal IG, because I don't know what these other guys are posting on their IG. I haven't gone to anybody's IG. I don't do that. I stick to mine, and I stick to the people that I follow. Right? I'm not trying to follow. That's quicksand, man. You know what I mean? Like I'm not doing that. But what I can say is that even on my video, like I was very clear. I even encouraged it. I said, man, I encourage call out battles. I encouraged it. I encourage people to call out people. But even within saying that, all I said was I tried for myself, because I know I'm going to be held accountable. People are going to hold me accountable, and I know especially if I go on record, I want to make sure that I'm very clear. I said I encourage for you to call out people. I encourage you, if you got a problem with the judge, handle that. Yeah, I support that. I don't have a problem with that. But because we're at a place right now where breaking is shifting, right? We talk about that adapt, that change. Breaking is changing, and people keep using the excuse, well, there's no definition. Well, I tried to bring that definition by saying, I think the best way to do it is you wait till everything is over. You catch them in a circle, catch them outside, you catch them later, you catch them at the right time. Like, that's just me I'm trying to bring definition, right? Because everybody's just like spin stuff out. But like, I applaud Break Free for doing it. I mean, it's a lot of people that do it. So many people that have tried to, and are continuously trying to bring definition to what is being said, right? Because so much is being said. And it's like a street code, but we're not in the streets no more. We're not in the streets no more. And so, man, honestly, for me, Matt, it's not personal. I'm not taking things personal. For me, it's just a breaking thing. Like, I'm gonna catch up with him when I see him. I'm gonna catch up with him when I see him, and that's just on a breaking tip, right? That's what should have been happening, right? And I know they're not toys. I know I'm not a toy, right? And I think it's the outside noise that's distorting, right? Which should just be normal, right? So I don't care if K-Mel comes up and talks to you. I don't care if Ness comes up and talks to you. Like I don't, and those are my peers. I got love for them. I ain't got nothing bad to say about them. Some of those guys did give me awards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like for what I represent. So I just think, and I would like to advise them to just tune out the noise, man. Tune out the noise, because this could go from like a small fire to like a very, very big fire. Considering a lot of the people that are behind them, and especially a lot of people that are behind me, that this can turn into a very, very big thing. So I think that the fact that Break Free, that you, Moy, and Jeremy, that you're giving this dialogue, like, I think it's a great thing. I think it's amazing, because, this can flip over really, really quick. We know how this breakdance thing can go, So bottom line is 2006, I made my clarity on that. I made my clarity on the judging. I made my clarity on how I would have done it. I understand that so much is ambiguous, right? So much is like the gray area, as far as opinions. And again, I don't expect that, we're going to agree. There's going to be people say, oh, there's never a right time, right? There is a right time. I think both are right in their own regard, right? It's just going to be what it is. But when it begins to get personal, that's where the problem lies. Because, I can tell you right now, man, I don't know about their side, and I'm sure they got some people, and I know they got, the MCK guys, shout out to MCK. I hope that you guys stay out of it. You need to stay out of it. You know what I mean? Like, You know, and much love to MZK. I know they're not toys, you know, but like folk need to stay out of stuff. You know,
Yeah.
I know Flea's not a toy, and I know Flea got some street people too. I got street people too, but why should we even have to go there, right? And so I think that Flea touched on a very, very great topic, which is like, you know, that those of us that are involved, that we need to be careful, you know, as far as what we're saying amongst each other. I can't control somebody calling these kids, oh, they're whack and this and that. Like, hey, I'm speaking my mind, speaking my piece, right? But I'm not going to come and say like, you know, they're trash, you know? Like, I didn't say that. I'm going to say what I need to say, right? But, you know, I think ultimately this is a scenario, I believe.
Yeah,
it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. I just think that we got to find a way to move forward, whether it's through battling, you know what I mean. If it's continuous battling, or if it's you know, squashing it, having an honest conversation with each other, or whatever it is, you know, that's also a solution. But it's just important just to let people know that, like, you know what, we're not trying to escalate this to another level, because that's not what this
Definitely
is about.
not.
That's not what these platforms are about. The platforms are to give people an honest and open conversation, discussion piece, or platform to be able to share
Sure.
thoughts and clarity on what they're doing. And so again, I know that John has come on. I think we have Jeff, who wants to come on again right now. I'm not too sure. I gotta see what's going on here. Does he want to come on? I don't know, but John, you know, it's all love and respect as always, man. I think that you're such an influential person, b-boy, at so many levels, and people know this about you. And I want you to know, from a brother to a brother, that you never have anything to prove to anybody, never. And you always find a way to you know, to really inspire the world. And you're definitely not going to be one of those people that holds back your thoughts and your opinions. And I think that's what makes you who you are.
Yeah.
And
Some
I
people
want
know
to touch on one last thing.
some people know how to accept it. Other people don't know. But
For
if they
sure.
know Little John, this is the best version of John. Like,
Yeah.
whenever he does speak his mind.
And I want to touch on one last thing. The last thing is going to be your elders. You got to respect them. You know, I'm not saying I'm an elder. I'm not saying you even got to ever think of me as an elder. That's not what I'm saying. Like, you know, you don't got to respect me as an elder. But Mo, you're an elder. Jeremy, you're on your way to be an elder. There's a lot of elders in Houston that could be respected. I'm not saying I even got to be respected. You know what I mean? But I know that in terms of history, you know, in terms of getting to the next level, in terms of moving forward, like, you have to respect the people before you, you know. And when I say you have to respect the people before you, I'm not saying that, you know, you're not scared to go at them, you know, when you feel wronged. Like, go ahead and do that if you want to, you know what I mean?
I also want to say
to
this. There's again, I see some people in the chat box. If you're coming out here and saying some racist stuff, negative things, you're gonna get deleted and you're gonna get blocked. And if it's something you know, personal, come talk to us face to face. Let us know what's up. Let us know how you feel. But that's not what this is about. You will get deleted or blocked.
No doubt. So again, Moy, I've only come in on one time. You know, I hope that Jeffro, I hope we don't go in circles, brother. I hope we don't. So I'm telling you, just fall back. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And you do your thing. I'm going to do mine. And all I can tell you is just, you need to fall back, man. And, you know, we're going to agree. We just have to agree to disagree, you know, and I'm going to keep moving. I hope you keep moving. And yeah, we will catch each other. You know what I mean? We'll have some fun, you know. But I think for the next generation, I would like to at least give advice to the next generation is, as a new generation, and again, I'm not talking about anything other than moving forward now. As a new generation, learn to respect your elders. Learn to show love to your elders. I'm not saying that you don't check an elder if you feel like he's crossing the line. I actually encourage it, right? I encourage it. But I think that if you're going to be teaching kids, yeah, that needs to be a big part of it. You know, I think that you also, as a newcomer, as a new generation, you also want to discern for yourself, or you want to start practicing how to discern for yourself who you can allow to lead you, who you can allow to hear from. Because I'll tell you right now, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of b-boys in the scene that, for me, they're great b-boys. good skill, great skill, amazing skill. But that's all I can take from them. I
Yeah.
can't say they're solid. You know, do they have a solid business? They got a set of family. You know, there's so many things. So I just want to advise the young people that, you know, allow those inspirations to be your inspiration. That's cool, man. Like, we're all gonna have inspirations, but you want to be careful, okay? Because some people, they're good b-boys, and that's it. That's all they are, right? And I'm not talking about Jeff. I'm just talking about in general. You know, like, in general, there's a lot of b-boys in this community. They're great b-boys, but that's all they are, right? And so we want to move forward. We want to adapt. Adapting means change. And hey, I also have a lot to learn. You know, I also have a lot of growing to do. Me coming on here today, believe me, it's a big growing thing for me. You know, so other than that, I don't have any malice in me, man. This is why I wanted to come up here and just kind of, like, on my end, let it be and fall back, right? Because, you know, I don't want things to escalate. You know, yeah. I know how things can get when they escalate, and that's not what I want to be about. That's not anything I think it would be great for the culture. You know, we're all learning, we're all growing, and I'm sure this is not gonna be the last time that people get called out. This is not gonna be the last time that, you know, outsiders come in and stir stuff up. This is not gonna be the last time that people feel like they're robbed. You know, but it's just simple. You know, you can come up to me, ask me what I think, ask for advice. You know, I think a lot of people had a lot of great things to say. You know, El Nino had a lot of great things to say. You know, Flea Rock had a lot of things to say. You know, Rock's right. You know, everybody, in my opinion, has come up to say stuff. I'm coming to speak on behalf of me. You know, so I know it was last minute. I hit you up right away. I appreciate that you didn't, you know, you just went with it. Okay, cool, let's do it. So
yeah.
That's what's that, man.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, John. Appreciate you, bro.
I don't wanna take up too much of your time, but we did open up the discussion, and Jeffro did join us, and I don't know if you're comfortable with remaining on or if you have things to do, but Jeffro is on deck to speak. So, did you want to?
Sure, I can stay on.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Jeff, can you hear us?
Can you take us off the screen? Can you blow
I
them
can
up? No?
Yeah, y'all can hear me?
Yes. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, no, I actually wanted John to stay on to hear this, because I think there's a lot of, like, I don't think I don't think you're seeing the other side of things. You know, we talk about communication and understanding, but, you know, it takes two to understand each other. It can't just be a one-way communication channel, you know? So, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not a bad person. Like, I'm a kind person. I'm a kind person for a reason. And it's not because I grew up like, you know, oh, good family. No, it's like, my family came from Haiti. We came from nothing. You know, the reason why I'm nice and kind is because I know life. So for me coming into this, like, I'm understanding. I get things. But the thing is, I'm not going to let somebody say something that, you know, that I've been looking at. If I've been watching you for some time, and then you say something that you didn't do. And yeah, the context is always going to be different. And that's what I want to say. The context is always going to be different. You know, I'm not going to call somebody out the same way you would call somebody out. You know, and there's different eras. So people call out people differently. But at the same time, it's not disrespectful for me to call somebody out if I wanted answers on spot the same way you wanted answers on spot. When you wanted answers in 06 hoedown, don't mean it was a battle. You didn't have to battle, but I wanted answers and I wanted to battle. You know, there's different ways. Y'all still took up 10 minutes of that time slot. We still took up 10 minutes of our time slot. So I do think it's the same. I believe it's the same thing. I don't think it's been done differently. I just think there's no exact way to do something the same way. You know what I mean? So I'm not, like, I do think they're both the same. I wanted answers and I wanted a battle. You wanted answers, but it was more of a, you know, an exact, you know, written answer, you know, as to why you lost points, or, you know, whatever the criteria was. I don't know the whole Dizzy system stuff. So, and that's the thing. And that's why I'm on here, just to set it straight so that we get some clarity on how to move forward. Because it's not that I'm not just trying to call out nobody for no reason. I have a reason to call somebody out because I felt like I was wronged. And in doing so, it led to the battle, you know? So, and that's the main point for of this. I just think it just comes with understanding, and I think that's number one. And that's the only way we're gonna get past this is understanding. But regardless what happens after this, I mean, like I said, every time we see each other, it's still gonna be on site. Like I get it, and but I just think just to move past this aspect of the whole thing that happened last weekend. So just wanted to say that.
And can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
So check it out, Jeffro. If you want, man, like you can always shoot me a DM. You can, send me your number. I can send you my number, and I can, because I don't want to critique you right now as far as the battle, but I'm willing, to like, and again, I was always open for you to hit me up. I was always open for you to send me a DM. I was always open for you to give me a call. Moy's like one of my closest brothers. You could have just, and again, he said, she said, doesn't matter. We're here today. We're here now. If you still feel like you want an explanation, like, hey man, I can give you an explanation. Now, whether you agree with it or not, I can give you my reasons, my criteria as to what I was judging, how I was judging it, and why I based, what I based, off that battle. I think the battle was very, very close. It was, but other than that, you're more than welcome to hit me up, man. You're more than welcome to hit me up. If you want those type of answers, not that you need it, but yeah, man, for me, I want to tune out the noise and just handle it like we should have been handling it. Like just when we catch each other, we catch each other. We have fun, right? Like it's gonna be what it is, and that's cool. So anyhow, I just welcome you to that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I want to kill the noise, right? Because I know you got people on your side that they're from the street, so do I. But it doesn't even have to even be something that has to be brought up. You know what I mean? Like honestly, I don't give a shit about anybody else that has anything to say, because my issue wasn't with anybody else. My issue was with you. That was our situation, right? So again, just put it out there. If you want it, it's there for you. If not, it's all good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's cool. And I man, so I mean, I get you. There's nothing to it. We both said our piece. I even said I wasn't even gonna come on here, and then I just changed my mind last minute. But but it's all good. But I don't really need a like an answer, because I do know we have different ways of seeing things. But I mean, it's just that I'm gonna have to see it. I'm gonna have to see it. I don't need you to tell me, but whenever we see each other, I'm gonna have to see it. And that's my way of,
You gotta see it, bro.
So let's get it.
Boy, Jeremy, thank you so much, man. Yeah, I appreciate you guys, man. You already know.
And I want to say thank you to both of you guys and everybody tuning in, because at the end of the day, B-boys and B-girls will always be B-boys and B-girls, and battling is the most honest thing that you can do in this culture, because it's a true exchange of feeling, emotion, and challenge. And without that, you won't experience change in your own personal careers and journeys. And so I love that the fact that we can open up these platforms and have healthy dialogue and conversation. And as you guys notice right there between John and Jeff, that was honest, clean, and they agreed that they'll continue to battle, but that there was an agreement there, and an honest agreement. And I want to clarify, because when some of the things that upset me is just when people get on the chat rooms and then they start leaving racial comments and just saying dumb stuff, when we're doing things to try to elevate the game and elevate people with what we're doing here at Break Free. And that's not what we condone, and that's not what we endorse. And it's important for me to say that, because as the leader of the organization here, that's something that I have to take responsibility for. When people see negative messages, it almost looks like we're endorsing those messages, and that's not what this is about. And so it's, if you guys come on here and choose to do that, just know that you will be deleted and you will be blocked. And we do not want to do that, because we want you to be heard, and we want you to voice your thoughts and opinions. And when this platform is open to anybody, but the moment you start taking it to a different place, that's not what this is about. As you saw, these two guys were in the heat, in the fire, sharing the emotions, their talent, and everything they've ever worked for, and then they still were able to handle it and talk professionally to each other. And that's what this is about, right? You don't always have to agree to an extent, but you can agree to say, you know what, hey, we're going to continue this on the dance floor. It is what it is. It's all going to be fun and games. And so I just want to say that, because that's the realness of what we do. That's the realness of what we do. And And much love to John, Jeff, one more time, and to everybody that's tuning in. I don't know if Jeremy, you got something to say, but
I just want to say thanks to both of you guys. You know, I've battled with and against both of y'all, and both of y'all are my brothers. So I was happy to see you guys come to a good agreement. That's actually probably the best agreement, because I love to see y'all battle, because I'm a fan of both of y'all's.
Wait, since the view count is going up, I mean, can we record those two or what?
Let's record that. Send us that footage, that parking lot footage. What's up?
What's up with that parking lot footage, John? How much?
How many rounds was that? How many rounds was the parking lot footage?
Like 6 or something, 5 maybe.
That's nothing. Like that's nothing. Come on. Nah,
John, you go more rounds with us at Break Free.
Yeah.
I know. It was just the start. We're bugging out, man. You gotta take your time.
Yeah, we got a whole series. We got a whole series to cover.
It's coming, man. It's coming.
We love you guys, man. Thank y'all. Thank you, John.
All right,
Thank
man.
you.
Appreciate you guys. You guys have a great day.
Peace.
Much love, fellas. Peace.
Yeah, all right, guys. As we said, that's the last open discussion as far as it pertains to this. I want to end the podcast by saying congratulations to Kate and congratulations to Zeku, and you can look forward to us giving highlights to them. And I would love to get them on the podcast and talk to them too and give them the shine.
That's actually the next podcast that we will do. We will bring the winners of the event to come on and shed some light, because man, they deserve it. They worked extremely hard. Yeah. And the past 3 or 4 days have been taken away to obviously
talk about something
direct,
important.
Direct the attention to this call out battle. Mm-hmm. But man, these guys, Zeku and Kate, who've worked really, really hard to win those, their battles in this championship event. It's just important for them to get their recognition. Not that they're asking for it, but we want to give it.
And also, Gravity's doing fine for everybody that is worrying after his injury and the incident that did happen. We've talked to him, and he's in good spirits. He's taking a rest this week, and he's doing good. So those two important updates and shine, I think that needs to be deserved on those two topics. But outside of that, we'll sign off. Tomorrow, actually, we have the first Break Free Latino America podcast from D-Tex, Zeku, and Matita. So we're announcing that today, but that's a all Spanish broadcast. So I want all
What time?
That's at 11:30 a.m. CST. 11:30 a.m. CST.
11:30 a.m. CST. Tune in.
In español, estamos aquí, Break Free, El Headquarters. It's going to be here with D-Tex, Matita, and Zeku, the first in a completely Spanish broadcast talking about what Break Free Latino America is. So I look forward to that. We are announcing the top 16 for B-Boy and B-Girl bracket for BreakX Grand Jam. That'll come in the next 24 hours, and we have the big BreakX online battle this weekend. So just wanted to sign off and send off on those notes too as we push forward, elevate, keep the healthy dialogue going, and show the world about breaking culture and what hip-hop is. So.
And download the app.
Download that.
Break Free Worldwide.
We love you guys.
No more questions. Peace.